TBR here. I'm here today to do my August TBR. I have created a TBR jar. So I have put every book that's on my shelves that I want to read and every book that's on my Kindle that I want to read, and they are in this jar. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to typically pick out 2 per month, and if I over exceed my reading limit, like I might this month, I'll pick more. So I'm going to go over some of the things I'm going to be reading, and then I'm going to pull 2 books out of the TBR jar and see what I'm going to be reading this month. Also, in my July TBR, I said I was in the middle of reading Isle of the Lost by Melissa D. Cruz. I wound up finishing it. So I actually, in July, finished 11 books, which is actually one of my best reading months this year. So that's really good. And now I'm in the middle of reading The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is her collection of like 5 or 6 novellas that go along with her Throne of Glass series. And I am a little bit behind in that series, so I have to read this, and then I have to read Heir of Fire, and then Queen of Shadows comes out in September, and I'm going to a book signing, so hopefully I'll be able to get that book signed and get it, and then I'll be fully caught up. So my goal is to read Assassin's Blade and then read Heir of Fire. So that's hopefully the next book I'm going to read, which I actually have a copy of, which is great. And this book is actually signed by Sarah J. Maas. I got this signed early last year when I went to her signing. So yeah, so this is a monster of a novel, but I'm so excited. I really, really like the 2 books. I'm loving the novellas. I'm absolutely adoring the novellas. So I'm really excited to get back into this world and read this book. And then after Heir of Fire, I hope to read The Diviners by Liv Bray. I got this at BEA 2 years ago. It was and she signed it for me, which is awesome. And Layer of Dreams kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, but I was able to get an ER copy of it from NetGalley, which thank you so much, NetGalley. That was amazing. So after I read this, I want to read The Diviners, and then I want to read Layer of Dreams. I really, really love this book, but I've read it like so long ago. I think I've read it close to like 3 years ago at this point. So I really need to reread it. But I know the main character is Evie, and I know it had a really, really cool really cool premise. So when I read them both, I'll do a mashup review of both these books. And the next book I will hopefully be reading is Nowhere to Run by Katie McGarry. This is the start of her new Thunder Road series. It's kind of a bunch of books that are connected in like the same world, kind of like her Pushing the Limit series, but they all follow different main characters. And this book follows Emily and Oz, and it's like a romance, but this book series is set around like a motorcycle game, which sounded super cool. And when I pre-ordered this, I got Chasing the Impossible by Katie McGarry, which I talked about in July, and I love that book. It was so amazing. So I'm so excited to read more of Katie McGarry and to have some contemporary in my life. The rest of the books I'm reading this month are pretty much all series, and most of them are all sci-fi or fantasy. So this will be a nice change. And the next books I plan on reading are The Ruby Circle by Rochelle Mead. I cannot believe I haven't read this book. I bought this in March, maybe April. And whenever it came out, I bought it, and I was so excited to read it. And then I just kept getting so distracted. But this is the last book in the Bloodline series, and Rochelle Mead's coming out with a new standalone book in October, and I wanted to be able to read that without having the pressure of the series on my head. So I have one more book. I really like Silver Shadows. The twist at the end was kind of surprising, so I'm excited to see how it all wrapped up and to see where all the characters wind up and see if this is like the end or if we'll maybe ever be getting any more books. I really do like the world, and I'm not a big vampire person. Vampire books have never really been my thing. But this series is unique and different. At the end, I will do a complete series review and then a non-spoiler review, so give you guys my overall thoughts. And then the next book I plan on reading in preparation for The Maze Runner in September is The Scorched Trials by James Dasher. This is the second book in the Maze Runner series. I would typically try to read the book before I go to the movie, so this is a goal book. Hopefully I'll be able to get to it, but we will see. But I really love The Maze Runner, and I like to go with a idea of what's going to happen and then see how they change it. But I know that they did change a lot in this book, but I have it. I got it for pretty cheap when I went to the Strand, so I thought, why not? And then the last book I hope to read in this month, since I already read my Owl Crate unboxing, and I'm not sure what the Book Hype Book Club pick of the month is that they haven't done their live show talking about it yet. I'm gonna try to read Matt's story by Lauren Gibraltar, which is the story of Matt from The Night We Said Yes, her book that I got in the Owl Crane unboxing, which I loved last month. It was so good. So yeah, and it's called Matt's Story. So this is my TBR jar. I have so many books on my shelves that I want to read, and I'm really sometimes bad at picking them. So I've just decided to do this jar, and hopefully it will get my books down, and I can sell them back at the Strand or give them to friends when I'm done with them. A lot of these are starts of series or just book series I haven't started yet. So the two books I am going to read are Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I heard a lot about this series. I think this is dystopian type series, and it was like 3 books, and there was a couple of e-novellas, and I heard a lot of good things about it early last year, which is when the last book came out. So hopefully I'll be able to start this and give you guys my thoughts, but I'm kind of going into it a little bit blind, and that's kind of how I like to read dystopian because I don't want to know too much information about it. And the next book I'm going to read is Mind Readers by Lori Broughton. My friend Angela loves this series, and it's like the first book is free on Kindle, so I said, oh, why not? It's just she showed me about this girl who is a mind reader, and that's like not allowed in where she lives. It's like against the law, so she's been told to hide her powers forever until she meets this guy who says, oh, he can help her enhance her powers. And that's kind of how the book goes. I think right now there's 4 books out. The rest you do have to buy on your Kindle, but I figured I'd give it a shot because she really loves the series. Those are all the books I hope to read in August. As I said previously, this is my last month off before school starts, so hopefully I'll be able to read a lot. It's also my birthday month. My birthday's on August 9th, so hopefully I'll be able to read a lot on these days and get some cool books for my birthday. We will see. But I hope you guys are having a great day. As always, comment below. Let me know what your guys are reading. What are your goal books? Are there any cool books coming out this month that I should know about? And also go like my Facebook page and go friend me on Twitter and Goodreads and all that fun stuff. And let me know what you guys are reading. I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.